Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Lead Therapy. A few years ago, an Iowa State senator threatened to take guns. A new gun rights constitutional amendment says otherwise. Let's take a closer look. The first thing we're going to talk about happened back in 2019, but then we're going to get into 2021 and hopefully into 2022. The following is a little back and forth between Iowa State Senator Claire Celsi and an Iowa resident. What part of shall not be infringed do you not understand? Claire Celsi responds, the Second Amendment also says well-regulated. What part of well-regulated do you not understand? The guy responds back, and if it were up to tyrants the likes of you, the government would well-regulate arms right out of the hands of citizens. Claire Celsi responds, so if I were you, I would start being nice to me. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds like a threat to me that if people are not nice to her, that she'll try to take their guns away. And then fast forward about a year and a half to January 21st, 2021. Gun rights constitutional amendment moves ahead in Iowa legislature. Iowa is one of 6 states which does not have a state constitutional provision protecting the right to keep and bear arms. A constitutional amendment has been working its way through the legislature for 8 years. And if you're wondering what the other 5 states are that don't have a constitutional amendment protecting the right to bear arms, they are California, Maryland, Minnesota, New Jersey, and New York. And of course, some of those are not a big surprise at all. The constitutional amendment has passed its first hurdle in 2021, an Iowa House Subcommittee with a 2-to-1 margin. Before I talk about the wording of this amendment and what it takes to get it passed, I want to take you back to 2018 when this should have been a done deal and the Iowa residents should have been able to vote on this in 2020. But somebody screwed up royally and set this back a couple of years. The same amendment passed the Iowa legislature in November of 2018. The amendment suffered a severe setback when the Secretary of State, Republican Paul Pate, admitted/discovered the amendment had not been published as required. Secretary of State Pate's current term ends in 2022. Pate apologized profusely for the error in 2018. Amending the Iowa Constitution is a long and difficult process. The first step is for the legislature to pass the amendment. Second, an election must occur. Third, the legislature has to pass the amendment again. Fourth, the amendment must be passed in a referendum. The referendum is at the next election. If the people approve the amendment, it becomes part of the Iowa Constitution. If the amendment passes in 2021 or 2022, the amendment will be placed on the ballot for the 2022 election. And here is the wording of the amendment. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The sovereign state of Iowa affirms and recognizes this right to be a fundamental individual right. Any and all restrictions of this right shall be subject to strict scrutiny. Republicans control both houses of the Iowa legislature. Constitutional amendments need only pass the legislature. A signature from the governor is not required. With strong majorities in both chambers of the Iowa legislature, the amendment is likely to pass. If it does not, the blame will rest entirely on the Republicans. I hope the best for everybody there in Iowa, that they can finally get this passed and get it voted on in 2022 so it can help stop any further attacks in Iowa on the Second Amendment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.